What do you mean?
Well, like at the end of the session,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that it's like, if this is the end of your day, or is it really just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you sign up and they have time in here that they're not doing
Okay.
stuff, and they know that somebody signed up, then they can address you and you get your 3 minutes.
I don't know.
Yeah, since it's not a full, obviously if that was all booked, then it'd be after that.
Right, right.
Figure ask before I leave, right?
I'm looking on my computer, Deb. Did you find it?
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you, yes, I did.
Good morning, Katie. Tried to call you and let you know you could come in earlier.
Just now?
Yeah.
Probably try to drive around the apartment swap.
Yeah, we had an opening and could've came in early.
Yeah, well, I don't have too much, just a few things, to kind of cover. In reference to the spills since May, we have just a list of the spills, because it's just a quarterly update.
Okay.
We haven't had anything major, the diesel spills, that we really had a couple of the other ones are minor ones at a couple of the facilities. And that's just an update on the amount of spills that we've had so far. In reference to, the grants, I'm sure you guys have heard a lot over the last few days. We did get a letter from the state yesterday that everything was rescinded on our end for the EMA, for emergency management stuff. So we're not in any binds or anything on that so far, unless anything changes. What I've intended on doing, I'm just gonna kind of watch and kind of lay back on the spending for right now and see what's gonna happen with it, because I don't think he has made up his mind exactly on what grants he's gonna be looking at and going after and maybe making some changes.
Okay.
So I will pay close attention to that, and they are keeping us up to date from the state level
Good.
in reference to that.
Getting a lot of people higher up looking at
Yes,
it.
yes, because once it affects the federal, it affects the state, affects the counties, and it goes right down the line there. In reference to, the assessments, they are getting ready to be mailed out, before the end of the week, by tomorrow. Bids will still be the same, we're still, from what I gathered from the past, it's been 3-year increments on the assessments. However, looking at the budget and stuff for the upcoming years, I really think that we need to reassess the assessments again, which is our 3-year term on those. In reference to surrounding areas and what is going on per capita, based on what we pay, and with the grant money starting to kind of teeter down.
Right.
Usually that's where we end up falling back and going back to our assessments onto the villages and onto the townships as well. My suggestion would be, and we'll get you guys a spreadsheet in reference to what those monies will look like, but I would suggest right now we're currently at 30 cents per person. And I would suggest that we take that up to an average of what our surrounding areas are, 50 cents per person. That way that'll give us our increase, and that should make up for the grant money as well that we've lost, this year and what may be coming over the next year or so. However, I will work that out and have those numbers for you. It'll still probably be based off the 2020 census, off those numbers, because 23 census really wasn't a true census from the count wise.
Do you know, offhand, is there any limit to how high?
No, most of them that I've checked into are anywhere from 50 cents to $1 per person. So we're well below what that is for the Hardin County area, and we really need that money just to up our emergency management services. There's a lot of things that we can provide, and a lot of things that money can really assist us with, in reference to that. My suggestion with that was gonna be raising it to 50 cents and then going to a 5% yearly update after that. So that way we're kind of keeping it within the percentage marks, instead of just keeping it fixed for 3 years, because then we kind of fall behind on that 3rd year, when it comes to our monies. So that would be my suggestion, and I will provide that to you.
Recommendation.
So we have a whole year on because this assessment will start to take effect on 2026. Will be the end of our 3 year, 2025 from what I found is the end of our assessment for the 3 year term
Okay.
this time.
So we need to, if we're gonna do something, do it this year for next.
Correct, because it'd have to go out and have to be voted on by the individual townships and villages and then sent back to
Might
the
take a
house.
while.
Yes. In reference to the HMAP grant, that is due, actually tomorrow. Abe is finishing up the final stuff on that grant, to get it sent in. So that will be sent in on time. Hopefully, we don't have any delays because of the shutdown that they had for the short spending time and holding off grants. But it will be going in tomorrow.
Okay.
And then hopefully we'll hear something back. Kinda quick, I'm not gonna say quick, because that's usually not something that happens, but, as soon as we know what that grant will be, then we'll let you know what that's gonna be as well. Let's see, what's the other? Work plan has been completed for the state, for the EMA side. We're at the end of our quarter, which is also gonna be at the end of this grant cycle for the EMPG grant. So I'll be, starting to look for those new forms and stuff coming to me, because that grant cycle should be opening here soon. And then I will get that submitted back in as soon as they open that back up on the new one. I did put some new updates into the work plan. Let's go take a step back, we did complete everything that was on our work plan for the EMPG grant, within the last year. So that's all up to date. The only thing that I put in there new, they wanted to know if we were gonna grow or not, and I said there could be a possibility. That way I'm gonna keep it open for them, so they don't think we're just staying, kind of solid where we are and not moving, but looking at getting something bigger and doing, which we do have plans, to increase the equipment and the capabilities of the EOC. Just because we do not have the capabilities right now that we really should have in that EOC if something was to really happen. We will make it through, if that comes down to it, but the computers wise, things like that, we just don't have. They're in place, sitting there, ready to go. So we're kind of moving those in, setting up the EOC, and that's really not what the state wants to see. They want you to see your EOC set up and ready to go, so when you're activating, it's open and moving and not taking time to have a, download time or figuring out your phones are working time on that. So I am looking at that. Also, I told you in the last meeting, the state did say we did have to have a solid building for the EOC now. You cannot have what's called a mobile EIC or EOC. So we are okay on that. It's just now they're gonna change the equipment that we need in those buildings. So once I see that list, as I stated before, then I will make sure that we have that list to be able to look at and see where we can go with that. Loss control, really nothing's been going on too much with the loss control. Got a couple injuries that BWC's been taking care of along with Sedgwick. In reference to the submission of all the information that I sent to CERC, I really haven't heard anything back from them yet on what our discounts will be from the following year. And I don't know if you guys have received anything on that yet or not, but they haven't gotten back to me yet either in reference to that, but everything was submitted to them. Drill wise for the LEPC, we did submit for the LEPC for the full function drill that will be happening. They've had their 60-day notice now on that. We did have a meeting just the other day in reference to the planning and how the exercise is gonna go, what's gonna be happening during that. The planning committee will be meeting probably at least 2 to 3 times more before the date of the actual functional drill. That date is not set in stone yet until CERC gets back with us and okays the 60-day notice that we send it to them. So once that's done, then we'll know where that's going to fall within that drill. And as I stated, that is a full function drill this year for us, so that means everybody will be hands on deck and moving and doing what they need to be doing during the drill.
So, is it summer or later part of the year?
It will be sooner before summer.
Okay, good. Well, I'd say Joe being the new commissioner, he probably Ray needs to be, in on that if possible. Maybe two of us even, be with him, he or Fred probably, so that's probably a date you need to plan on whenever it gets that.
As soon as it's
Just
settled, I'm sure
to pass the
you're-
torch a little bit on, they did the last one, and I don't know if Fred's even done one yet, so. We have a position, the chair that you fill as commissioners, one of us, on emergencies when they call the EOC to be open, so.
Actually, the tentative date's gonna be May 17th.
Right in planning season.
Yep.
Everything else, so.
Mhm.
If you can, or maybe Fred.
We'll be there. Be fairgrounds or
Probably at the EOC.
just, okay, the EOC itself, okay. Okay.
That's where you will end up being. The actual exercise itself will probably be around the Juarez area.
Okay.
Alright, well, that's really all that I currently have for you.
That was, the one question I had was on how we train ourselves or train each other, is by being there with someone that's done one.
Exactly, and then, as we've done it before, I know last time, Tim, you got put into the actual EOC itself.
Mhm.
True standards, it comes down to the EOC being open, you guys will not actually be in the EOC, you'll be in another room, just somewhere in that same vicinity, but not in the room, the EOC. Do you have
Okay,
anything for me?
not offhand, just, you mentioned with LEPC and some of those positions, didn't know if you had any more thoughts or how that would look.
Yeah.
You can submit something with
Yeah,
us.
as I say, the look of it itself will not change, the board would still stay in place, it would still stay in its position, it would just fall under the EMA as my directorship for them. And as I stated, what that does, it helps us as
Right.
asking for things from the state. It makes it a lot easier, and then changing this position from the part-time position into the full-time position, but keeping the loss control under the EMA.
Right.
That way, everything still falls the way it's falling now. It's just they wanna see it at the state level, that, hey, they got a full-time director there, this is under what's underneath him, and that's what's going on in their county.
And if I understand, there's only two counties that doesn't have them?
Well, actually, we're down to the last one.
We're the only ones.
Yes, Morrow County's
Well,
just
probably
switched
better
theirs.
move on that sooner than later, but,
Yeah, especially with starting to look at everything now, and with them holding back anything we could be getting from them, especially when it comes to the hazmat.
thinking of our remodelings, would this person need an office? Or work out of your office?
Well, what do you mean by person?
They need a desk?
Abe already has his
Okay,
office.
it's okay.
So it would be Abe coming
Okay.
underneath me, and not pushing it too far in advance. My thoughts on that is taking the coordinator's position and turning that into the deputy director's position. That way it puts two of us doing the same thing, and also lets Abe be able to help out on the loss control side as well.
Okay.
If there's anything that needs to be solved, find out on something else, so.
Good.
That's just long-term thinking.
Okay, put a recommendation in writing, and cost analysis, if there's any raise in pay or
There should
anything.
not be any change in cost analysis and no change in pay.
Okay,
You can say it's,
just like a written recommendation.
okay, perfect.
All right.
And if you just keep us informed on your grants,
What's that?
just, we know everything's kind of up in the air right now for grants from federal down.
Correct.
And if you hear anything, it's to the negative for you guys, let us know ahead of time,
I will, yeah,
please.
I will do. I will do, I don't suspect, I truly suspect that we're gonna take on more. From what I'm hearing and what I'm gathering with the other directors, with the FEMA issues that are going on right now, we could see a lot more coming to the EMA. Because if they bring that particular challenge back to the states themselves, that'll put it back onto the DMA. Mhm.
Okay.
So that's kind of the pathway that they're seeing at the state level right now, of what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Good for us.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright.
okay, we go. When I'm not party.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Tori, is that everything for right now?
Yep, until 1.
Okay, thank you.